Welcome to the video using an Excel table to create a genealogy research log. This is part 1, building the spreadsheet. So when you first open an Excel document, it opens a new workbook for you. If you're in a workbook already and you want to open a new one, you use this icon, which we're going to do. You want to make sure that you save and name your work at the beginning. So we're going to call this Robert Carney research log, and then hit save. We are actually going to work off of a different Excel table that I have prepared with some information already added. So we're going to go over to that, and the first thing we want to do is to add a title. So we're going to highlight all of row A to the end of our end of our spreadsheet. And we are going to use the merge button. So we're going to merge and center our title. And we're going to call it Robert Carney Research Log. I'd like it to be a little bit bigger, so I could use the pull down, or I could use my quick buttons that make it a little bit bigger. Let's go with 16. The next thing we want to do is we always want to have basic information about our research subjects. So I'm going to highlight this information I have compiled already, and I'm going to use my buttons over here, and I will copy it, and then I will place it where I want it to be in my spreadsheet, and I will hit paste. Then we want to gather the information for Robert's spouse, who is Margaret Gahan. And we're going to use our keyboard shortcuts for this one, which is Command C for copy on a Mac, or Control C for copy on a PC. So we're going to copy it, and we're going to come over here and place it. And then to paste it, we're going to do Command V or Control V. Now we have that basic information within our spreadsheet. Also, we'd like to make the spreadsheet a little bit more visible, so we can use this button up here to make the whole spreadsheet bigger in general. So we're going to go with 125%, so that's a little easier to see. Then we want to come over here. I've already named each of our column titles for our spreadsheet, so we want to adjust these columns. So I'm going to go to this column right here, and I'm just going to left click on each of these lines and drag it. So we want our source or our person event button to be a little bit bigger column. And then we want our source description and citation column to be a little bit bigger, as well as our repository. Definitely want our scope of results a little bit bigger. Our document number can be a little bit smaller, as can our year column. And then we definitely want our notes and conclusions column a little bit bigger. Maybe even a touch bigger than that. Okay, so the next thing that we'd like to do is add our objective. So we're going to do that in row 8. So I'm going to highlight row 8 up to the end of our spreadsheet. And we want to go ahead and merge that. This time we're just going to merge across instead of centering it. Then I'm going to grab my objective, copy it, and paste it right into there. The objective for this research log is to find where Robert Carney lived before he moved to Wisconsin. We want to find candidates for Robert's parents and siblings in Canada, possibly in New Brunswick or in Wisconsin. So now I'd like to show you how I can add some information. This is also, I'm just going to be cutting and pasting this for now. I'll show you how to enter more information a little later. Oops. And we can stop right here. We are going to copy that. And this line, this box right here in the upper left is the one we want to look at to make sure that everything's lined up. And I'm going to paste it in there. If you'll notice, everything is in a linear format, and we would like to wrap this text. So we are going to click the Wrap Text button and click Wrap Text. This puts things in a little bit easier format to be able to look at. And I'm going to make this column just a little bit wider. Okay. So as you can see that we have our information entered so far, and we would like to, let's just say we want to insert a row. So these are the buttons we would use to do that. So here's our insert. If we insert a row here, it's going to insert a row above. We want to undo that. We can either hit our undo button or come back and delete that. Don't want to delete that column. So we want to use our undo button, and we want to delete this row. So your undo button is really important to be able to go back and fix things quickly. The undo button on a Mac is Command Z and Control Z on a PC. So we want to make sure that we save our document often. So here's our save button. So be sure to push that and save for that often. Thank you for watching this section. Be sure to watch the next video in this series that is about working in a spreadsheet.